Salute, Knicks Nation. Let's break this thing down. Let's talk about it as the Knicks crash out of the NBA in-season tournament, NBA Cup. Man, they ran into a hot Milwaukee Bucks tonight at the Fiserv Arena. And there's a lot to talk about. We'll give out the grades. We'll chop it up with the best chat in the biz. High-scoring affair. The New York Knicks put up 122. They had about 100 points at the end of the third, right? But the story was tonight was that the Milwaukee Bucks were shooting like a flamethrower all night long. Record three-point shooting, exactly like we talked about in the preview, fam. But a Julius Randle, 41 points, put the Knicks on his back tonight. We're going to salute Julius and give him his props, like we will when we give out the grades, fam. But salute Knicks Nation, salute to the chat, and welcome to the post-game live with CT on the solo tonight, as the New York Knicks now have to prepare and back up tomorrow and play again tomorrow night, fam, in Beantown against the Boston Celtics, who also crashed out of the NBA in-season tournament. So yeah, bittersweet emotions at the moment. I thought the Knicks played well offensively, but we haven't really seen a team undress us like this season yet. In terms of defensively, we're coming in as the third best defense in the league, and the Milwaukee Bucks absolutely lowered our colors tonight with their three-point shooting, balanced scoring from them. It wasn't really the Giannis show. It wasn't really Dame. It was just everybody, really, aside from Brook Lopez. But we'll talk about it. You know, what do the Knicks need to do to clean this thing up? It was pleasing. Obviously, at the beginning, Julius Randle made his first 9 shots. Absolutely heroic effort from Julius. You know, like I said, you know, if we had told Knicks Nation that Randle showed up, we would have had an excellent chance to win. But defensively, one of our most poorest games of the season, fam, so far. Home court advantage in a high-intensity game. It does mean a lot. But yeah, we were just short of the effort closing out, right? They got hot early, but the Knicks were only down 3 at the half, 72-75. And you thought, excellent chance to win this one. You know, we were shooting well from the field, not from 3, and we're getting to the line. You know, we were shooting more free throws. Barrett was aggressive, getting to the line. Brunson and Randle, but the third quarter struggles crept in again, and the Bucks came out and really stamped their authority on this game early in the third. And the New York Knicks lost the third quarter, 24-37. And that's just too much of a hole, fam, to come back from. There was a moment where, you know, we kind of thought the Bucks shooting had to come down a little, but it just didn't tonight, man. They shot an insane tonight. Yeah, they shot incredibly from 3. What did they end up with? 23 of 38. See, 23 of 38. You know, you're not going to beat any professional team that you let shoot like that from 3. That's field goal numbers right there. And the New York Knicks were basically shooting disastrous from 3 as well. We'll look at the stats. The Knicks, I think, only hit about 4 to 5 threes for the entire game. It seemed like we're on 3 of 13 forever. And we just couldn't respond from that. But it was a good first half, you know, only down 3. It was a Damian Lillard last-minute logo shot from 3 to put them up 3. And, yeah, I thought the Knicks had an excellent chance. But, yeah, the third quarter, you can't come out and struggle like that against the team shooting so well. Defensively, we didn't close out well enough. So, salute JJ, buzzer beaters in the chat. Knicks 26 champs. Glad you're with us, Hidalgo. We're going to break this thing down, give out our grades tonight, and look ahead, because the season now kicks on, so to speak. This NBA in-season tournament for the Knicks is now in the rear view. Let's get down to business and focus on the road ahead. We're now 12-8 on the season. Still a healthy start to the year, being 4 games above 500. But such is the disadvantage now of this tournament. The Knicks are going to have to play Boston for the 5th time after playing Milwaukee, fam, for the 5th time. But I'm glad we went after it. It was a good experiment. Had we got through to the semi-finals, we would have been buzzing tonight. But it's not to be. Let's hope we can bounce back, tomorrow night. I think we've been playing Boston really well. I expect this team, their egos to take a hit. And I think tomorrow night, fam, we're gonna give it all we can in Beantown. But yeah, I've got to shout out Randle for coming out and showing up tonight. Brunson had some inefficiencies early, but he had a decent game offensively. But we really didn't get a whole lot of other help, fam. Yeah, and the 3-point shooting, man, absolutely stabbed us in the back tonight. Like JJ says, yeah, nobody helped Randle. That's the key theme. And considering the first half, I would have signed up for that. What would you guys have signed up for a 72 down 72-75? I mean, no one was playing any defense, really. And like I said, you kind of thought their 3-point shooting would come down a little. No one can shoot that hot for the whole game. But they're quality 3-point shooters. Malik Beasley, Dame, even Giannis was hitting a couple as well. So yeah, exactly like we broke down last night with John Schmelk. We had one of the hottest offensive teams coming in against one of the best defensive teams. What would happen? Well, tonight, yeah, our defense was found wanting. Fam, they opened us up like a can. So we've got to bounce back. I think we will. Yeah, and it's always tough playing in a playoff type game on the road. I think the experience would have been good for these guys, a little kick in the behind, and a way we can hopefully bounce back. But yeah, we do need some more offensive consistency from guys. We need more help. I think the ball movement was quite solid. We'll look at the assists and the statistics, fam, coming through the building. Shout out to the chat. I see you, and I see the energy coming through. Shout out to number 30, Eastern Conference Player of the Week. Right, he showed up tonight. But yeah, the threes were wide open, like Khalid said, and the defense was poor. We didn't live up to our 3rd defensive rating billing tonight. Basically they undressed us, fam. But we still won the rebounds. Look, 27 assists. The ball was moving, but the turnovers did hurt us. 16-11, fam. Costly turnovers at the wrong time. A couple were from Randle. A couple were from Barrett. Brunson, unlike him, also we're gonna get on everybody tonight. No one's getting off scot-free because yeah, this was a real put up or shut up kind of night, and we know who showed up and we know who didn't. But yeah, look, field goal percentage. One of our best nights as a season, 49%, and also from the free throw line, 87%. We salute both of them. But the 3-point shooting, man, it's a 3-point shooting league. And the New York Knicks were absolutely wretched from 3. I didn't listen to TNT. I got MSG on League Pass. But, yeah, some peeps were telling me, fam, that those guys were bugging out. In terms of Kenny and Shaq talking ish about the Knicks, saying they don't have a player better than Orlando. And talking about the Knicks need more help, do a trade, etc. I think that's just going to add more fuel to the fire in this situation, guys. But, there we see the 3-point attempt, 7 of 23. That's going to hopefully be our worst night of the season from 3, right? 30%, only 7 made threes, fam. Dante DiVincenzo alone had 7 made threes by himself twice. This year. So, yeah, you can't beat a high-powered offense with that. But look, 122. If I had told any of you guys that yesterday, we're going to score 122, you'd say maybe 50-50. We have a chance to win. Maybe even a better chance than 50-50. We're averaging 110 on the season, guys. Let that sink in. 110, 112. So the fact that we scored above our average, that was expected because the Bucks are trash defensively, but defensively for us, yeah, I mean, we didn't play anywhere near our potential as well. And while we were evaluating, and the front office is too, these are the games where you're really using it as a measuring stick, for trades, the deadline, etc. Looking around the league, and we show that we're not a real contender. And I salute Joe. Joe says, yeah, it showed them what's needed to be a real contender as well. Yep. It's also, I don't take this game in a whole nutshell. I think it's it was a bit funky. Like I said, offensively, some games this might have been enough to actually win. But the Bucks are just a really good shooting team. Insane tonight with a 60%. No team, I'm happy to say that I don't think any team is going to shoot 60% on the New York Knicks again this season. I think that'll be outrageous if that happens again. They've got the shooters, and also, we gave it to them. With that said, but maybe also on the positive side, the narrative about, Julius Randle struggling in the playoff type atmosphere, defensive type pressure. Julius Randle was in the zone tonight. Absolutely, he was scorching hot. A perfect 9 of 9 at the half, and I would have signed up for that for him. So we'll go through the numbers here. We're about to give out the grades, but we keep shouting out the chat. Khalid saying the roster has no championship future as currently constructed. I agree with you. It would have been really good to win this one, man. We would have been up to close to 4th seed. But now, maybe the pack's going to catch up a little. And, tomorrow's going to be a real interesting one, fam. Yeah, Wiz, it's like a 5-alarm wake-up call. We took 13 threes in the first half, and we only made 3. Right. Did you guys also peep Quentin Grimes? Yeah. Did you guys catch the MSG feed? This was the first time that I saw with my own eyes. Quentin Grimes looked completely despondent, frustrated, angry, whatever it was, man. He had that look on his face, man, when he got benched. He had a few opportunities. I think Grimes is still getting, he had an open look and he missed it. One attempt is still pretty filthy. He needs more attempts than one attempt in 18 minutes. But I thought, offensively, obviously Randle had it going. The assists were up. The ball was moving. It just didn't find Grimes. Maybe he's not getting to the right spots. We are very isolation heavy as well. He did drive and kick on one possession, but he's still needing to be a little more aggressive, when he gets the ball and he puts it on the floor. We're going to talk about Grimes. Quickly was disappointing as well. I thought he had some poor shot selection and a couple of really good looks that just didn't go down. So a mixed bag for IQ tonight. I liked what I saw from Josh Hart. Josh Hart was effective in what he was doing, rebounding, also moving the ball, 3 steals. He was getting after it. Appreciate Hart, in a playoff type game. Josh Hart usually steps up. I thought Mitch definitely struggled. One of Mitch's worst performances of this season, which is disappointing. I highlighted him last night, fam, and how important he would be. A reflection of tonight's struggles, man. We had Giannis at the line, missed the first free throw, and then he missed the second, and then they got the rebound. You're right. Straight back out for a Malik Beasley 3 or something like that. That was inexcusable with that situation. So, yeah, low-key, what's good? The whole team played bad except for Randle. Shaking my head. Yeah. To suffer probably our worst loss so far this season in terms of the importance of the game makes it more frustrating as well. So, but, it's an 82-game season. let's not forget that this was just another regular season game too, in the grand scheme of things, man. And we put it in the rear view. And we got to bounce back tomorrow, fam. We'll be on again live post game with the chat. Salute replay squad. The chat's buzzing right now with their passion, their energy, as the Knicks here really missed this opportunity to pull this one out and really do some big things, right? But it's unfortunate, and we move on. I do think we're going to go into Beantown, and have a good performance tomorrow night. I'm staying positive, but if we want to talk about, the struggles of the team and the deficiencies, then we know right now that we've got some food for thought for the front office, coming into the trade period. Also, this stretch we're about to talk about, it's going to get nasty, man. We're on the road: Utah, Clippers, Phoenix, and then we have later when we get back home, we've got Milwaukee, and then Milwaukee again, both at home. So the schedule's going to be crazy for December, man. The NBA's bugging with what they've done to us this year, man, with the schedule. But right, New York fashion, we do not whinge. We get on with it, and no one's going to feel sorry for us. So we have to get it, right? But shout out to the chat. Smash that like button, and we're about to give out the grades, fam. So bring the heat, right? So first man up in the podium, Eastern Conference Player of the Week, Julius Randle. When Randle has good games, you just see it in his body language. I felt it in the warm-up. I felt it when, he hits the first couple of shots, and he's got that pep in his step. The ball was moving, too. Julius Randle finished with 6 rebounds, 3 of them offensive. One was huge, diving under the bucket to keep that one alive. That was a kind of a reflection of the team at that point. We were still in it, and we were fighting. But Randle had 4 turnovers, 5 assists, and 41 points. Was a minus 21 somehow. Absolutely crazy. 41 points and a minus 21 with the 4 turnovers. So Juju was in his bag, but again, he didn't have much help, right? But he was moving the ball. I don't think it was too sticky, tonight. So I thought the 41 points came quite effortlessly. 14 of 19 and 2 of 2 from deep. So on a night where we couldn't buy a 3, he had almost a third of our threes as a team. So Julius Randle needs to shoot more. On a night like this, he needs to be shooting more. So I think tonight he was very calculated in the mid-range, and he was also aggressive getting to the bucket as well. He was really giving his maximum effort. That's all that fans want from Julius Randle, I guess, offensively and defensively. But he's not a good defender naturally. He does need to apply 100% effort to make his presence felt, defensively. But it's not like Giannis really abused us tonight. But I think that the 4 turnovers came at costly times as well. But we're not in the game early without Randle's hot start. And he was great for the night as a whole. But defensively as a team, we were very, very poor, guys. So what do you guys feel is suitable for Julius Randle's grade tonight, fam? Let's have it. We'll definitely chop up the big game tomorrow in Beantown. But I appreciate the chat rocking out tonight, and I think Julius Randle's recent play has been trending up. Eastern Conference Player of the Week. He's been much better moving the ball to start than he was early in the year, and the shooting's coming along as well. Got to shout out his free throw shooting as well. Aggressive, getting to the line, 11 of 12, and got us 3 offensive rebounds. So that's telling for me. Taking into account that we were killed defensively as a team, not just Julius as a whole. 4 turnovers, but 12 free throw attempts, 91%, 100% from 3, and 73% from the field. Overall, man, Julius Randle was outstanding tonight, and wasn't the most complete performance, but for me, Julius Randle will still get an A+ because that's the way the game went. I feel like Julius Randle was the main reason we even had a chance. His start early was absolutely hot. Brunson was inefficient early. Barrett was solid in the first half. We'll talk about him. But yeah, the big three was in the double digits at the half. But Randle was had more than 25 at the half, basically. So it was a monster first half. And this was the Julius Randle offensive show to the like of the best that we've seen. I don't really think I can remember seeing Julius as hot as he was in the first half. 9 of 9, everything was going down at that point, and I felt good about our chances, getting this dub. After that, Wiz goes A- for Randle. Yeah, that's a good one. I feel you on that. Maybe the turnovers, maybe the plus minus. You look at that, and you say, "Yep, we tip your cap, but not a complete performance." Knicks will be 26 champs. Says Randle played great. Too. What do you think about his form overall recently? Do you think he's kind of turned the corner a little, and we're starting to see the best version of Julius offensively? Tonight, you could see he really wanted this game. He came out with the fire and energy, and this game meant a lot for him. The matchup against Giannis, right? I feel like he at worst neutralized the Giannis matchup, and that's all you can hope for. Going into this game, I was kind of expecting Brunson, to be on a burner tonight, and that be the second thing that helps us get the win. But Julius Randle was the best Knick tonight. So, look, salute Julius, fighting through the recent issues with the knee. Let's hope, man, tomorrow night on a back-to-back that we can play well, but we don't have to exhaust him, man. It's going to be interesting now. The schedule, is not kind, and flaming out of this tournament now. We miss out on the chance to face the Indiana Pacers in Vegas, but we go straight over to Boston, and the show must go on Broadway. So, a couple of A's recently for Randle. So, look, salute. 4 turnovers, that's part of his game. I've come to expect that. He handles the rock a lot. Post-ups, backing his man down. But he was moving the ball. Got 5 assists. A couple of them were turned over when he was in the post. The length of the Bucks are going to do that. They've got Giannis. They've got Brook. Like John Schmelk talked about last night, the wingspan of the Bucks is incredible. So we've got to be careful, when we are moving the ball against these really lengthy teams like the Pelicans, like the T-Wolves, and like the Bucks, tonight. But yeah, look, this version of Julius, if we got an all-star version of Brunson tonight, we might have had a better shot. But yeah, we know how we lost it, fam. 3-point shooting and defense. So next man up. Daryl says Brunson had a bad game. We're about to chop up. Next man up is the one other than Jalen Brunson. Step on up to the podium, fam. Yeah, how did you guys see his game? Daryl didn't see much from Brunson tonight. Look, yeah, one of his more inefficient nights. The fact that he went 0 of 5 from 3, I kind of got to check my eyes that that's the case. It seemed like he just wasn't getting good looks. Got to credit the Bucks defense. Malik Beasley, tried to pressure Brunson full court. They really did a good job getting into him, frustrating him. But still, 10 of 22, inefficient, but not horrible. it just seemed like he just couldn't get key buckets, when we needed to get the offense flowing. And I'm talking on a night like tonight, guys, there's very, very fine margin for error. 146 points we gave up. We basically need to hit every single shot to get back into it, if we're not hitting threes, right? And that was the story, fam. 0 of 5 from JB. He even missed three free throws, uncharacteristic. 4 of 7, fam, from 3. So we're gonna take that into account for his grade. 6 assists, that was solid. 3 turnovers though. 3 turnovers on 6 assists. So that's one of Brunson's poorer efforts for this season. I thought defensively he tried, drawed a few fouls like he does, but yeah, minus 14. He just didn't have it. It's kind of funny because his game was still better than so many other Knicks this year, but on a night where Brunson didn't have it, you just really, you really notice because, he's been the lead dog, man. He's the top dog on this thing tonight. So I've got to be as objective as I possibly can. We don't see many performances like this from Brunson. I don't think it was a horrible effort, but it wasn't great, fam. So Jalen, take this B+. Unfortunately, man, we don't get the 100 thou. We don't get Vegas. But what we do get is backing this up in Boston, man. So get to it, fam. Get some rest. Get on the plane. Hopefully everyone pulls up okay. The last thing I want to hear is any kind of small injuries to come out of this one. Hopefully not. And hopefully we get out of this unscathed, man, because, the season's going to continue to roll, right? It's going to be tough. So what did you guys think from Brunson? Yep, Joe highlights the 4 of 7 from the line. That's very, very unlike Brunson. So, yeah, but I think Brunson's going to be okay, man, long term, right? He just didn't have it tonight. I thought defensively they were pretty solid. It's disappointing coming off a 3-day break. But, yeah, the shooting just wasn't there tonight. The shooting has actually come back down for Brunson and the team, which we'll continue to talk about. But, yeah, JB, hopefully ice up, get on the plane, and get ready for a big one, man, against Boston. Who, mind you, man, they also lost to Indiana. So if you don't think Boston at home is going to come out seething tomorrow, then we've got another thing coming. So we have to lace them up, and fight. Get ready to fight tomorrow night, man. It's going to be a fight night for the two losers, the loser bowl of this NBA Cup now, and the Bucks advance and face Indiana in Vegas. So I got to say my money is probably going to be on Indiana with this one, but we'll see. Maybe not. Maybe the Bucks. We don't want Indiana to catch us in the standings. We want to create separation. So maybe I'm hoping the Bucks continue to roll through. But next man up is RJ Barrett coming into the building. RJ shot 7 of 16. Was it 7 of 18? 7 of 18, 38%. He shot 1 of 4 from deep. All 8 of his free throws. Salute RJ for hitting the free throws. He's shooting over 80% for this season. That still, to me, to this day, remains to be the most pleasing improvement of his summer. He's no longer a poor free throw shooter. At least he's good. He's shooting free throws good. 8 of 8, 100%, right, on volume. Rebounded okay. 8 rebounds, 3 of them offensive. Got 1 assist though, 2 turnovers, and 23 points on a -6. So inefficient night scoring from the field, but Barrett made up for it, getting to the line with 100%. Look, his defense has been up and it's been down as well as the recent inconsistencies shooting from the field. Made a couple of nice plays in terms of taking his man one-on-one, backing him down, and getting the up and under, the push shot into the paint. Barrett, that's his bread and butter, getting into the paint, and scoring. You just hope the efficiency starts to come up a bit more. 4 threes, that's not really volume at all. 25% is not good, but hopefully that goes back up. I'm not worried about RJ long term. But yeah, on nights like this, a big game from him would have been timely. Let's hope tomorrow night he can bounce back, have a big performance. I like the rebounding. I like the free throw shooting. He got his points. It wasn't efficient. But yeah, neither was Brunson either. So yeah, both of them, the two of the big three, didn't come to help Julius tonight. They didn't help enough, and we didn't get the 3-point shooting we needed from these guys. So to compete with the Bucks 146, we needed at least one other guy on a heater with Julius, and we just didn't get that tonight. Defensively, I'm not really going to single anyone out specifically. It was a poor team defensive effort. Poor closing out. And yeah, maybe the occasion got to them a little, the arena, the crowds, the hype, the intensity. But, it's been a trend, and I want to see RJ Barrett buck the trend soon, man. Especially with Grimes not, playing well offensively in the starting lineup. We can't really continue to beat good teams without, everyone stepping up. So with that said, man, I'll give RJ Barrett also a B- for his performance tonight, the same as Jalen Brunson. What do you guys give for RJ Barrett tonight for his grade and his effort there in Milwaukee? Still, if you can continue to shoot high volume at the line, get fouled, and shoot efficiently from the line, that does offset some of the inefficiency from the field. But yeah, I would really love the 3-point shooting to come back. The pre-migraine RJ Barrett 3-point shooting to return. Hopefully gets the attempts up and can get into a rhythm. But if he's not shooting efficiently from 3, I'd love to see him drive, get fouled, kick it out, and get those assists up. Help the team in other ways. So yeah, we need more consistency from these guys. So Daryl goes D for an RJ Barrett, needing him to step up in this one. Hartenstein was there tonight, but you will talk about him. I thought he did better than Mitch tonight, did iHeart. But I don't know. I haven't heard anything about him being limited with injuries. So we can't really make too many excuses for these guys. If they're not coming out with an injury report, then they're assumedly good to play, fam. So the third starter up is the starting shooting guard of the New York Knicks, right? A guy that's been in the news quite a lot, talked about. Big game from big occasion tonight for Grimes. In 18 minutes, he finished with 0 of 1 and another donut. 1 3-point attempt. It was a wide open catch and shoot. No one was within, miles. No one was within miles of Grimes with that one, but he bricked it. He got 1 rebound and he got a steal. Defensively, yeah, he was struggling as well, as most of the team were. Guys were switching tonight, but they were moving the ball quickly, and they were still getting the shots off for Milwaukee. They were just shooting way too hot. He was a -3, 4 personal fouls in 18 minutes. Man, the struggles go. We can't be deluded. The struggles have been going bad to worse for Quentin Grimes, right? There's people that still want him to be in the starting lineup. I know defensively he does offer more than DiVincenzo, but I just think on nights like this show you why I think it's a good decision to put Devo into the starting lineup. Right, we need more floor spacing, especially with Mitch out there. You know, it's like 3-on-5 at the moment with Mitch and Grimes out there, and I think we need more offense. So, yeah, I'd love to make that switch up and get Grimes off activated, man, coming off the bench with quickly running up and down. I think he's going to be able to handle the ball more coming off the bench. I think it's going to be a thing that can get him into rhythm, and he can maybe play with less nerves. You know, looks like he's playing a little nervy out there is Grimes. And let's get DiVincenzo in the starting lineup. DiVincenzo had an okay game offensively, but he's been shooting better from the three. So, yeah, man, the struggles go from bad to worse. Right, we need to come with the full wrath. I've given him D+ previously, D-, all of that kind of stuff, man. He only had one shot attempt, right? So, but it's just been a trend, and it's not working. And when something's not working, it requires a change up, fam. So, meet the F. Quentin Grimes for tonight gets a fail. Not always on him. I think the organization, Tom Thibodeau, yeah, I think offensively it's time for that switch up. I've made up my mind. Now, people, you know, make the case that his defense is obviously still much needed in the starting lineup. I understand that. It's not like I don't think Grimes has something to offer. He does, but right now, you know, his confidence is an all-time low. He seems frustrated himself. You know, we saw the vision on MSG, right? He was putting his warm-up back on the bench. You know, he was about to sit down after being benched, and it didn't look good, man. He was shaking his head, and he was visibly upset as well. Maybe he's got a case, you know, about the attempts, you know, super low, but he's just not being aggressive enough. You know, when he does have the ball, you know, not challenging his defender. You know, his defender is having the easiest ride. Maybe Mitchell Robinson's defender is even needing to work harder than Grimes's. So, yeah, I'm open for that switch up, you know, straight away. So, Darryl gives Grimes an F too. Yeah, we're on the same thought here, man. It's been a trend. It's been like 6 games in a row now. It's been a couple of donuts, a couple 3-point games, a 6-point game, and tonight another donut, man. So it's been, yeah, at least 3 donuts in 6 games from a quote-unquote starting shooting guard. Right? Show me a starting shooting guard in the NBA that gives you 0 points in 3 of his last 6 games. Right? That's something that's just not working. And something's got to be done about it, man. Yeah, I'm open for Quickly. I'm open to get Devo in there. I'd even put Hart right now ahead of Grimes. Not that that's my preferred option, but it's anything that's going to get Grimes onto the bench and get him some easier shots, fam. So I'm not going to linger on this too much, man. He hopefully putting it out there that he can bounce back tomorrow and have a huge one in Boston, because Lord knows we need people to step up tomorrow on the road again. What's going to be another hostile arena, fam. So, yep, the chat's coming with the full wrath on this one, and we hit on the last starter, fam. Mitchie Rob, right now, step on up to the podium. But before we do that and we move ahead, smash that like button. The streets are buzzing. The Knicks are 12-8, and we're post-game live with CT in the chat, and talking about this tough loss and bouncing back tomorrow, hopefully in Beantown. Let's get back to it. Yeah, I thought this was also one of Mitch's worst games of the season. He wasn't a factor at all. 27 minutes, 1 of 2 from the field, turned the ball over a couple times. He had 2 turnovers, 2 steals, 3 assists, only 4 rebounds. It's a tough assignment going against Brook. Not going to lie. Brook's wingspan size is it's a mountain to overcome. But, Mitch didn't establish his dominance, on the glass, and in the paint as well. I thought they did a good job finding him a little bit. But, yeah, when he puts the ball on the floor, I think the ratio is about 99% chance it's going to get stripped or turned over. So Clyde, I think it was Breen, basically said what we were all thinking, man. When Mitchie puts the ball on the floor, it gets stripped when he's right under the bucket. He just needs to hold his pivot foot, try and, not dribble, maybe move, shuffle one of his feet, keep the pivot down, and then try to get back up and get fouled or kick it back out. It seems like we've seen the same movie. Every time he puts it on the floor under the bucket, it's going to get turned over or stripped. Maybe that's something that he can continue to evolve on and work on in the summer when he does catch the ball under the bucket in traffic. Just a couple moves. That's what we're not looking for Mitch to become Wilt Chamberlain under there. We're just looking for him to develop a couple go-to moves or be more confident putting the ball on the floor quickly and running it back out or assisting. That would be super helpful. But outside of that, everything Mitch has done this year has been excellent. He's been one of the most consistent Knicks. He was just up against a tough matchup. Giannis and Brook. Absolute load down there, man. He was a -10 in 27 minutes tonight, man. So Mitchie, man, your grade tonight is going to be a C for Mitchie tonight. I did like the 3 assists, 2 steals, a block, and an offensive board. So that's still enough to get you a C, but it was one of your worst performances, fam, of the season, Mitchie. Now, KP tomorrow night is out. Looks like, I think so. Kristaps, if he's out tomorrow, definitely Mitchie is primed to bounce back. If he's going up against Horford, if he's going up against Cornet, it should be domination tomorrow night from Mitchie. So yeah, when KP's there, man, he gives us trouble spacing the floor out. I think Mitchie can handle the rest of them, fam. Al Horford's about 46 years old. Let's get it tomorrow night, Mitchie. Get on the plane and hopefully get some home cooking, and then head out to Beantown, fam. So that was the starting lineup, fam. Let's hit on the big Ragu as the first man off the bench. Devo hit a big 3, which was at the right time. It was a momentum 3. He was 2 of 5 in 17 minutes, 1 of 4 from deep, 2 of 2 from the line. Got 1 rebound, 2 assists, 2 fouls, and 7 points, -12, man. So another guy who couldn't give us more offensively. 2 of 5's okay. It's not great. If he'd hit a couple more threes, that would have been excellent. But yeah, Devo's been he's been playing into form coming into tonight. I like what he's doing defensively in terms of the steals, and getting into passing lanes. I think tonight he didn't really get any really good wide open looks outside of the one that he hit. So I still have more trust in his 3-point shot than I do these other guys. And it's going to be important factor this season, his ability to space out the defense, stretch it, and bust open the zone, or get Brunson and Randle loose. Because with Barrett being more inconsistent recently and Mitchie out there, I think that third guy in that lineup with Brunson and Randle is going to be critical too, because those guys are playing well enough offensively for us to win a lot of games. It's really what are the other guys going to do in terms of stepping up against good teams. Now the Knicks are 10-0 against under 500 teams. We're doing all right. We're handling our biz, but it's these Bucks and these teams in the standings we're about to look at. That's the factor. That's what's going to separate the Knicks from finishing 7th, 6th, and finishing 4th. As we continue to go along, we'll look at the road ahead. But we've got the Miamis on our tails. We've got Indy and all of those guys, fam. So for tonight's grade, man, Devo, you will get a C+ for me tonight, man. On a night where we only hit 7 threes, you hit one of them. You did get to the line a bit. But I don't think, in 17 minutes, man, you probably should have played more. 2 or 5. Got to the line. Quickly didn't really have it going. We'll talk about Quick next. So, yeah, Devo, we need you big time against Boston. Get that rest in, fam. So, as I mentioned, next man up is Emmanuel Quickley tonight. I was hoping for a big performance from Quick. I thought at that point the game was set up for him to come in the third, and get that scoreboard ticking up. He did help us make a little run. We got the deficit to cut to 9, and I really did think we were gonna push on from there. But unfortunately, the Bucks just they exploded again with Beasley and the other guys hitting threes. So Quick was not impactful tonight as a whole. 1 of 7, 1 of 4 from deep. Hit 4 free throws. That was solid. 3 assists, decent. Got what else did he have? 1 turnover, no foul, 7 points, and -10. So yeah, quite a night for Quick. 7 points in 19 minutes, 1 of 7. So yeah, inefficient. His presence just wasn't really felt out there. Missed a couple of really timely shots near the rim. Was a little indecisive as well, I thought, too. So yeah, there was some questionable shot selections from Quick tonight. So Emmanuel Quickley, you'll get a C for your performance tonight. I don't think it's going to continue. You'll bounce back tomorrow night in Boston. But yeah, the atmosphere, the arena tonight was crazy. A couple of those shots that normally go down just didn't fall. He got in good positions. The shots just didn't fall. And I thought we felt the pressure to continue to score while Milwaukee was filling it up. Man, so with that said, man, Quick, yeah, like I said, man, let's see you show up tomorrow. We need it, fam. Maybe even playing more minutes with the starting lineup. Like I said, I'm open for anything in terms of taking Grimes out and putting Devo or putting Quick in there as well. We need more spacing. So next man up is Josh Hart. Josh Hart really wanted this one, man. He wanted that Rolex, that 500K. He showed up tonight, Josh Hart, 25 minutes. He was 5 of 8, 62%. Hit 1 of 1 from 3. Man, 100%. He should have shot more threes tonight, Josh Hart. 4 rebounds, 1 assist, got 3 steals, 3 fouls, 11 points, -14. So everyone took a beating tonight in the minus. But yeah, -14 in 25 minutes. Right, as a team, we were absolutely struggling. But I thought Hart, aside from team defense and the normal defensive struggle, Hart on offense was great. Was efficient. One of the only Knicks that was efficient. Hit his timely wide open 3. Rebounded well. Pushed the break. Although surprised he didn't get to the line. I thought Josh did get fouled a couple of times, man. Josh did get fouled, but yeah, was unlucky. So Salute Gerard, low key. Joe's in the chat, buzzing we take a tough loss, but we're okay, man. Long term, we'll bounce back. We're clearly off the Bucks right now, but we also haven't played the Bucks at home, so let's factor that in. We've played the Bucks 3 times now, and we've played them every single time on the road. So, home advantage is something to say. But yeah, tonight we need to play better defense. I thought offensively, despite the 3-point shooting, we would have been hanging around against any other team in the league. But a team that shot 60-something% from deep was just too much to overcome. And Gerard says, CT, what do you think? You didn't think the Knicks was going to beat the Bucks? Right, Knicks need a trade. On the odd regular season game, I think the Knicks have what it takes to beat the Bucks. But long term, in a playoff setting, all of that, we're a ways off the Bucks right now. And in terms of acquisition, if it's the off-season move, if it's the trade at the deadline, I don't think a major shake-up is going to happen. Just because I don't see the deal there that makes sense. In season. Summer, we know what happens. Things get popping. We saw the Harden, the Dame, the Drew trades. We saw so much movement in the summer. Donovan Mitchell could be one to look for in the summer. To me, that makes the most sense, right? However frustrating this season might end or go, I think, the guys on this team right now, that they've shown some internal improvement. Financially, if something doesn't make sense, we shouldn't just make a big move at the deadline just for the sake of it. We're not going to win the championship this year. So finishing the first round, second round, third, shipping guys out with draft picks and bringing in more salary just for the sake of finishing another round, it doesn't make any sense to me. I think we just need to take stock this year, judge these guys, fairly, critique the guys that don't step up when we need them, and then we make decisions in the off season. There is some congestion with the wings, with Hart, with Devo, with Grimes, with Barrett. There's Quickly, who's going to need the bag. There's a lot of decisions that need to be made, and I do think it makes sense that one or two of these guard wings end up in a deal, man. That's going to be an ongoing discussion for tonight. Now, for Josh tonight, man, you'll get a B. Josh Hart gets that B tonight, man. He was a dog, was efficient, rebounded decent. Was just poor defensively, like the team was overall. But I mean, Hart's going up against Giannis. He got bullied. He's either going up against Middleton. Size-wise, he can only play up as much as possible, that his size allows. But he has the shortcomings, with the size, in the position, the role that he's asked to play. And I think, that's another fundamental flaw with the roster right now. Hart in the shooting guard 3 spot off the bench is perfect, running the break, but not guarding, Giannis is in the post, getting back down, man. I could kind of feel his frustration with that one, man. So, Buzzer saying Grimes had open shots but didn't take them. Yeah, there's some times where Grimes passing up shots, and also he can't complain when he's getting one wide open look, and he's not hitting it either. So, I think, shot attempts, it's a fair argument that a guy needs more attempts to get in rhythm, but I don't think it should come at the detriment of a team, just seeking a dude out just for the sake of it. To me, what I said earlier, what makes more sense is get Quentin on the bench where he can jack up more shots, he can get more touches. That's what a reasonable NBA coach would do right now. If you stick with Quentin Grimes in a funk, I think it's just the stubbornness, trying to force it in that situation, a square peg in a round hole. When a guy's struggling, thinking it's just going to turn around with 1 or 2 shot attempts, it's not going to happen, man. I like him to get his fire and desire back, playing with Quickly on the bench, and we get a more experienced dude in here with Devo. But yeah, man, look, overall, there weren't many Knicks that were solid tonight, and I thought Hart was one of them. Let's keep it moving. Fortunately, no Rolex for you, Hart. No 500K. But, man, we gave it our best. This is the first in-season tournament year. We made the knockout round. I think hopefully this has added, some fire to the team for the rest of this year. And they take this moving ahead and they use it as motivation. Now against the Bucks, playing against the rivals, the Heat, all of these teams. Obviously it's going to be disappointing now to watch Indiana advance, but I don't think they're going to win it anyway. So we keep moving, man. We've gone through our Devo, we've gone through Quick, we've gone through Hart, and our last man in the rotation, man, is iHeart. iHeart in 17 minutes was 2 of 3. He got 4 offensive boards, 7 total, 5 assists. iHeart had 4 assists in the first quarter as well. So he was finding Randle. He was finding guys. He had 2 blocks, 1 turnover, and 4 points, minus 12. So did some really good things. The assists were great early. Again, he got a little out-hustled, which a lot of guys do, against the Bucks. But yeah, 2 of 3 was decent. Thought he made some, he hustled in the block, in the paint. And I love the 7 rebounds. I love this 5 assists and the 7 rebounds, but defensively struggled as well. So yeah, you're great tonight, man. iHeart, I'm gonna give you a you'll get a B minus. iHeart. So okay performance, right? I think you made some impact early, definitely with those 4 assists early, but then you faded in the game. Tough matchup, trying to contain Giannis, charging at you, drawing fouls. It really is a tough matchup, which is why we really need that bigger, that more mobile, bigger wing, in terms of guys that can guard the Giannis's, the Zions, the Tatums, the Browns. We continue to talk about it, guys, as a team. We can't rely on an undersized wing or a center to contain these dudes. I think that's going to be a fundamental flaw as we continue. Fortunately, Julius just isn't that guy defensively. Offensively, he was on a flamethrower tonight, but defensively, he's got the size of that matchup, but he just can't guard and shut down the other stars in the league. So in that size. So we continue to see how far this team can go. But yeah, as many people feel and suspect, we need to make another addition to the starting lineup. But look, the bench, some nights they're absolutely in it and they're pulling us into the game. And tonight wasn't one of those nights, fam. The bench just didn't have it going, aside from Hart. But we're going to need every single player tomorrow, as I said, man, as we move ahead. I think we can't linger on this too long. What's been a trend is the third quarter, fam. Before we throw this one in the trash, I just want to talk a bit about the third quarters because, the Knicks are rarely out of a game, this season, especially at the half. We're usually ahead or in touching range, but the third quarters recently have been awful. 24 to 37, whatever they're doing coming out of the half, it's not working. They're slow. They're lackadaisical. The 10-minute break at the half, it's just not helping. And I think the Knicks do need to change something up. Get warmed up quickly. Come out onto the court sooner. Maybe start getting some shots up. Start running some suicides. Something as they come out of the half, just to get the adrenaline up, get the intensity up. Right. This could have been a game. We cut it to 9 in the fourth, despite the awful 3-point shooting and the hot shooting from the Bucks, if not for the 24-37 third quarter. So that's been a trend, and it's been awful recently. We need to correct it, man. So for Tom Thibodeau, we have to give Tibbs his grade too, fam, before we move on. And step on up, Tibbs. I know you're going to be up all night watching this film, shouting at the screen, and hopefully you tear it into these guys for their poor defensive effort, man. We didn't play like the third best defense in the league tonight, and for that, Tom Thibodeau, step on up to the podium, fam. You'll get a D for me tonight, Thomas Thibodeau. A D for where's the defense? Awful defensive performance. And as we pull up, right, where the Knicks sit after before tonight's game coming in, as we know, man, the Knicks were third in defensive rating. We were first in opponents' points per game. So we didn't play a shell of ourselves. The best team in the league at our opponent's points per game does not give up 146 points. That is going to slide. That's going to go all the way down now. 146, that's the score that the Pacers and the Bucks put up against poor teams, not against us, not against good defensive teams. So, man, yeah, Buzz is on point. Tibbs with the D as well. Hidalgo also with the D minus, fam. Yep. I could have gone the minus, absolutely. I could have gone the F tonight. Such a poor defensive performance, right? And Tom's going to be frustrated. Now that I'm thinking about it, what's even more frustrating for me is we've played the Bucks 3 times. This was the 3rd time this season, and you would think we would start to figure them out more chances to try something else, more times to adjust. But tonight was our worst performance against the Bucks, really. And I know they were on a heater with the 3-point shooting, but we contributed to that. So yeah, man, like you said, absolutely. The 3rd quarter start, it was like it was last year. Yeah, it's just not good enough. We can't compete with the best teams coming out of the 3rd, digging ourselves that hole, fam. Buzzer says, Randle played great D in that one possession with Giannis. Randle's effort tonight was high, and shortcomings defensively at times. Because he's just not a strong defensive player, but he can neutralize matchups when he gives max effort. And Julius Randle did give effort tonight. I know with his size and his ankle, he's just not good at closing shooters out. I don't think that'll ever change. But his post defense, his ability to get strips, jump in for the big rebounds, all of that is what Julius is capable of. And he's really giving good effort recently and moving the ball. Playing like, an Eastern Conference Player of the Week. Another 41-point performance in the best grade for tonight, fam. But yeah, this is the tale before tonight's game, right? A lot of these stats, some people think they're going to fall in terms of the defense. Maybe our offense might fall as well. But playing these good teams, fam. It's gonna bring the worst out of you. You know, as we say, playing good teams brings the best and the worst out of you. Tonight it brought the worst out of our defense, and playing a good team kind of brought out some of the best in Julius Randle's offense. But as a team, Quickly and Brunson unfortunately didn't have it going. And if I told you, Knicks Nation, that Randle would play amazing tonight, but Brunson, Barrett, and Quickly would play below average offensively, most of the Knicks Nation would have said, man, we got no chance. We got no chance of winning. Even with Randle playing excellent offensively, we can't sustain performances with Brunson, Quick, and Barrett all being below average as well. So that is why I guess some people are arguing, bringing in more offensive help. The Bucks are quite unique. For me, they're a poor matchup for us because of their length. Other tough teams in the top four, like the Sixers, teams like the Celtics, I think we can beat them. I don't think they're as tough as the Bucks in terms of their length. And coming into the season, a lot of people felt the Boston Celtics are the best team, the team to beat. I had the Bucks. I still think, despite a slow start, if Giannis and Brook Lopez defensively are impactful, Bobby Portis is playing up like he was, and their shooters are hitting, I think the Bucks can beat anybody, I think. And, tonight we actually got their best punch, despite, hanging around. So, yeah, man, we got Boston tomorrow, and then we got the rest of the week off, fam. So we play Toronto at MSG on Monday. And I guess the silver lining is once we play tomorrow, we're going to get a 4-day rest. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So, yeah, we're really got to come to play tomorrow in Boston. And then we get 4 days. We have Toronto at MSG. We got to take that one, man. I think we will. We did handle Toronto on the road. And then Utah, it would be amazing to kickstart the road trip with a big win in Utah. Because then we have Phoenix, the Clips, the Lakers, and then the Nets. And then we come back to MSG for Milwaukee, in a home and home, both at the Mecca, and then OKC, Orlando, Indy on the road as well. So, I've seen a lot of people tweet this out, but we've been statistically given the toughest December. This is the toughest month in the NBA for any team, is the New York Knicks schedule, fam, in December. So we're going to know what we're all about. Simply, we're not going to be able to come out of this month without knowing what this team is and what it's made of. So we need to bring it tomorrow night. A big win would really offset tonight's loss. If we do lose tomorrow in Boston, then we need to lick our wounds, come back on Monday, and absolutely run the Raptors out of the gym in that one. But I want to stay optimistic that we can win tomorrow and we can pull that one out. Right, another game. I think it's the 4th game against the Celtics this season as well. We played them in preseason, and I do think against Tatum and all of that crew, without KP potentially, we need to make a statement, in the loser bowl, because both teams are going to want to make a statement and bounce back, fam. But yeah, man, the story for me is the shake-up we need in the starting lineup. I need to get Quentin Grimes on the bench, get DiVincenzo or Quickly in there. They're shooting well. Tonight we hit 100 points by the end of the third, so our defense let us down tonight. Absolutely let us down, and we're one of the best teams at limiting 3-point percentage. We're 10th in opponents' 3-point percentage. After tonight, that's going to come all the way down. So some of this stuff ain't sustainable. We'll see, man. But yeah, it's a straight murderer's row, fam. You said it, man. I love the way you said that. It really is December, man. But in true New York fashion, we need to just come with the fire. It is what it is. The league ain't gonna feel sorry for us. The opponents don't feel sorry for us. We just need to pull off a statement win. We are still looking for that statement victory against a really good team. Now, the good win against the Clippers, that was good, but that was they were early. The really good win against the Heat, that was a really good win. I don't think it was statement making though. Tonight would have been the first statement win. Tomorrow night we get another chance. We get another chance to make that statement. Maybe we've caught a break. Finally, Kristaps. So with that situation, it's going to be big, fam. So yeah, it is what it is, and we need to bounce back, fam. So Hidalgo saying we play Boston Friday. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Let me double check that, fam. I'm open to being wrong on this one, because man, I would love us to not have to play tomorrow. But I did think that I saw the scenario. Let me see if I can get this one up, fam, on screen. So yeah, this scenario says if Milwaukee and Boston advance, the Indiana and New York game will be on Wednesday. Okay. So okay. Yep. Appreciate you for that correction, man. I was reading the wrong scenario. So yeah, if Milwaukee and Indiana advance, the New York Knicks at Boston game will be on Friday, December 8th. Okay, fam, appreciate you. That does make me feel better. Knowing we have that little break now. So yeah, thanks for that correction, fam. Appreciate you. Yeah, that does make me feel better. The fact that we have a little bit of a rest now and we don't have to back up against Boston tomorrow. That would be murderer's row and some, man. But yeah, nonetheless, it's still going to be really tough to win that one. Who's your pick now to get through the East? I think Indiana were impressive. They have a chance. They really do, fam. It's in a neutral venue. So, Milwaukee don't get no home court. Indiana don't get home court. It's just going to be the best team wins. Indiana's been playing really fast. Tyrese is on a tear, playing like an all-star. And with that said, I think, the Pacers have a equal chance upsetting the Bucks, man. The Pacers in this in-season tournament winning some hardware before the New York Knicks would be some ish right there. But I do think the Bucks are hungry. They brought Damian in for this very reason, man. Milwaukee, they ain't playing games with Giannis. You could see how we could see how fired up they were. And I think with that said, man, Giannis and Giannis and Dame have really looked like the best team to beat for me. Do you guys also feel, does this change your perspective on Milwaukee? Did you have Milwaukee the second team to beat above Boston, or did you still think the Boston Celtics are the team to beat? Now we know Kristaps Porzingis, man, is made out of glass. So, yes, they've got Drew Holiday, but if they don't have KP come playoffs, finals, must-win game, I think it's going to be tricky for the Boston Celtics to beat Dame and Giannis. And and Brook and Middleton. Middleton gave them a little bit. So, you know, the Bucks were impressive tonight. We were far more disappointing, but I do think that it's going to be probably a Boston, Milwaukee Eastern Conference, fam. Yeah, Hidalgo says Indy looks really good, and Buzzer says I had Boston second and the New York Knicks third. Yeah, you did. I had the Knicks in fourth for me, but I'm feeling more confident because the Philly isn't as good, fam. So let me refresh the standings, and then we'll bring it up now and see where the New York Knicks sit with this stretch now. So as we bring this one up, we have the Boston Celtics at 15-5 on the season. The Bucks move into 15-6 in second. The Magic, you would think, would have to regress a little bit. Just to give you guys some perspective, the Magic have played, they've lost their last game, but they won 9 games in a row before that. People were buzzing about Magic. And what I did observe was the Magic have played Washington twice in that stretch. They played Chicago twice. They've played Toronto. They've played Charlotte. They played Denver at home, which they picked up a good win. And I think they won against Phoenix at home as well. So, I don't know, you make of what you want with the 9-game winning streak for the Magic. But for me, playing Washington twice, Chicago twice, Toronto, and then Charlotte, I mean, that's a hell of an easy stretch in 9 games, right? We'd love to play Washington twice, Chicago twice, Charlotte and the Raptors, fam, in a 9-game period. It's been the complete opposite for the New York Knicks. We've played killer after killer, with a tough schedule, back-to-backs, travel. It's been insane. So I think as this schedule starts to even out and the Knicks get this heavy lifting out of the way, and teams like the Bucks, the Magic, the Sixers have to play some tough games, I think we're going to be in it, fam. Look at we're only 3 games back of the first seed. If we don't lose that heartbreaker to Phoenix at home, it'll be huge. We'd only be like 1.5 games out of first, 2 games out of first. Some of these other losses, we haven't really thrown away too many games this year, but the Phoenix one comes to mind. That was really winnable. The earlier Milwaukee one, too, fam. When we lost in the final minute. But Indy picked up the win. They're 11-8. They can equalize with 12-8 if they pick up the next win against the Bucks. But my money's on the Bucks at the moment. We have the tiebreaker so far against the Heat, the Cavs, the Hawks. I really look forward to playing Philly. That's going to be a really good measuring stick, playing Philly. I predicted us to be in fourth. I would expect the Magic to slide a little once they play some tough teams. Maybe the Sixers hang around. But yeah, maybe that 3rd seed is still up for grabs for the Knicks. Obviously, Leon's made a deadline move, man, every single year. I won't be surprised if he does call for help. We'll see what's available and where we're at. But 12-8, I sign up for this, man, at the start of the year. 4 games over 500. It's really this schedule coming up that's got me a little bit worried. But yeah, I feel great after Fam Hidalgo in the chat let us know, corrected us straight, that we play on Friday. And that's going to be a chance to dust ourselves off and rest a little. So we got, obviously, we got Wednesday, we got Thursday off, we back at it, fam, on Friday. So we got a 2-day rest coming in. Friday night Knicks have been quite good to us this year. So I think we'll have a few days to think about this bad loss, and I think they'll come out with some more fire, fam. So, but yeah, defensively, we lost our identity tonight, man. We lost our ID. But yeah, once again, shout out to Randle. If we won, he would have got the game ball, but he got his A+, playing like an all-star. Close to as perfect of a Randle game as you could possibly get. He gave you effort, was on a heater offensively. 100 points at the end of the third, but we couldn't buy a bucket from deep. I love the experience of DiVincenzo. Hopefully that happens, hopefully that gets activated soon. I don't know how much more of a, Quentin Grimes is the frustration we can withstand. 0 points, no shot attempts, 1 shot attempt sometimes. It's just it's an aggression thing. It's positioning. Defensively, he's been above average. He's been good this year defensively. But yes, it ain't like he's some lockdown defender in terms of a 6'7" wing. He's just simply good at keeping his man in front. But against size, as we saw tonight, he was in foul trouble. They were going at him still. Middleton's, Giannis, Malik, Bobby Portis. They were playing physical tonight. So, we do need that upgrade, I think, in the shooting. If we're going to compromise on something, we better just bring in more shooting, more consistent shooting, I feel. And to me, does Grimes' reputation as a three-point shooter take a hit? There's always this concept that Grimes is an amazing three-point shooter, the shooter that we need. It's kind of more of a myth right now than reality. Third year in the league, you would think this is a year where the three-point shooting at least looks good to consistent, like he's a weapon. But it's looking complete opposite. The three-point shooting's not confident. It's not consistent. It's shaky. He's not getting the attempts, but he's not hitting wide open shots either as well. And on the flip side, you see a guy like Malik Beasley, who, the Knicks had interest in, over the previous years. A dude who was, kind of scoffed at as being, a journeyman, inconsistent as well. But yeah, he's one of the best three-point shooters in the league now. On the flip side, Quentin Grimes is struggling now. So I've got faith in him, long term in the future, but it's just not happening right now, man. He's a young player, struggling with confidence, and if I'm a coach or front office, I gotta seriously make that adjustment, man. NBA basketball is all about adjustments. Not everything goes according to plan, and you can't continue to shove it if it's not working, thinking that it's going to turn around. You need to make an adjustment. We'll see. Tibbs has done it before with Fournier, with Rose, with what's his name, Reddish, Deuce coming in. He's made adjustments after 20 games. So we'll see if we do that fair moving forward. So, but man, the season is heating up. Strap yourself in. With this one, I think the Knicks are still learning about ourselves, which is what this season was really about. We're not going to win the chip. We're learning a lot about some of these players. Randle stepped up to the occasion tonight. Brunson had some struggles, but their Bucks' length, physicality was a detriment as well. Grimes struggled, Mitch, IQ struggled, and Barrett. Wiz says that the game tonight does raise the Bucks' profile in your mind. Boston will have a battle getting past these guys. Yeah, definitely, man. Facts. And I knew there would be a little slow start. The Bucks, they're all about June. June postseason. You know, they're not a team. They're kind of like Miami, you know, with Dame, Giannis, 11 years in the league. These guys have got some wear on the tires. So I think when the games become meaningful, we'll see a different version of the Milwaukee Bucks, you know. They are devoid of a little depth, though. You know, Green, this guy did step up tonight. I had no idea who the hell this Green dude was. He hit his first 3 threes. They got Beasley. Jay Crowder's out injured. They lost Grayson Allen. They got Connaughton out. I think they might be looking for another piece at the deadline too. But they're close. They're close to, you know, really going all the way, I think. So we'll see, fam. But yeah, man, most definitely the Magic, I do think will come back down. Yeah, I would have loved to play the Wizards twice, man, and Chicago twice in a 9-game stretch, with Charlotte and Toronto sprinkled in, man. Talk about cushy schedule, man. But yeah, man, every year teams, you know, unexpected teams get off to a hot start. You know, you could see it every single year. The Utah Jazz were top of the West last year after the first, 2 weeks. You know, people were like, what the hell's going on? Utah's supposed to be tanking for Wemby. And they won they were first in the West. But the difference is Orlando are going for it now. They're finished tanking, and they're going to try to win. But I do think they'll come back down, man. I think the Knicks, the Sixers, probably the Heat, and the Cavs will probably make a run. I think at some point I anticipate Spider, the Cleveland Cavaliers, to really have a players-only meeting or whatever it needs to be, and just go out and win, win 5-6 in a row. I think the Hawks and the Nets are kind of like, they are what they are. They're going to jockey for the final play-in spot. The Raptors might make a move, but I think they'll be wise to dip into the lottery. And then, of course, we've got the Hornets, the Bulls, Wiz, and Pistons, who are absolutely ridiculously bad. They're a joke. How do you have that many first-round draft picks, lottery picks, still lose 16 games in a row, 17 in a row, whatever it is now? That's ridiculous, Something has to give. This is even a very good year to tank. It's a very up in the air, draft class. So, it's going to be crazy. So yeah, with that said, man, look where the Knicks are at. We're within striking distance, but we did learn a lot about. We're off the pace of the first tier, the Celtics and the Bucks. It's tough playing on the road. I still think we could beat the Bucks on our best night, but tonight we were way off the pace, man. A credit to the Bucks too; they did really come to play. So with that said, man, we get ready to wrap this thing up, right? As the chat said, Hidalgo says, we don't have to back up tomorrow night, so we have a few days rest. Put this cup thing in the rear view. Come out, man, and take care of business against Boston. Make another or hopefully make a statement that we did not make tonight. But yeah, I'm looking at themes and trends. Julius Randle's playing very well offensively now. Brunson's been on a tear coming into tonight. We just need consistency from the other guys. Quickly, Barrett, Hart, DiVincenzo, and the rest of the crew, right? I don't know if a guy like Evan Fournier and his shooting, if he gets right, maybe we do need that 10th man in the rotation. At some point, you would think a guy's going to have to miss a game or two. Injuries do happen. Extra shooting would be good. Maybe in the starting lineup, off the bench as well. Grimes is struggling. That's been the other most disappointing trend. But with that said, we bounce back and we get it on the next one. And peace to the chat. Once again, Knicks Nation, salute. Replay squad. let's see how this thing goes, man, as the month of December, man, hots up. We're on Christmas Day, but before that, man, we've got some heavy lifting to do. So let's get it on the next one, man. Guys, peace, blessings, health, happiness. Tonight was disappointing, but we bounced back, fam. Let's get it on the next one. Peace.